See, there's something you gotta know about me, okay? I'm a short dude. I'm a short goblin that's always angry. Like, if you had to put me in a scale of what's angry and what's normal, 90% of it, it's always angry, 10% is always hiding under the rug, okay? That's all it is. That's who I am. And I can't do nothing about it, okay? I'm just short. And why am I telling you this? I don't know. I just wanted to put an introduction of what I wanted to say. And that's just some of the things that I hate about the common standard of what the world is. Like, let me start with the standard of how tall you need to be to date someone, okay? For girls, it's pretty easy, you just gotta be pretty, have curves. Well, it's not as easy as it sounds, but like at least like if you have a pretty face, I don't know. That's all you have to do. You don't have to be a height requirement. There's no height requirement for you, okay? You can be 4 feet. For God, who knows, some weirdo's gonna like you. I don't know. Well, 4 feet is kind of sketchy because there isn't a girl that's 4 feet and not like a dwarf. So yeah, you're weird if you're into that. Unless you're a dwarf yourself, then yeah, I guess you're normal. But I mean, like if you're like 4'11" or you're like 4'8" or you're 6'2", there's always one random guy always trying to look up to you or look down to you, or just want you in general. You can have a 5'2" dude be like, yeah, I want me a mountain, I want to climb a mountain, and there's a 6'5" girl who can't get a date with any 6 foot guy because all the 6 foot guys are looking for the 5'2" Latinas, you know and that's okay. At least there's some guy that likes you. For guys, once you're below 6 feet, yeah, you're out of the game. There's no hope for you. There's no hope for me, no hope for you, okay? It's bad enough that I'm already ugly, okay? That's it's bad enough. But the fact that I'm short, crazy combination, just makes it a double whammy. Like, what am I supposed to do now? God, what did you do to me? Why are you testing me like this? Why is life like this? Why? And I'm gonna tell me like, oh yeah, I have this guy who's like 5 feet, and he got a 6 foot girl, and like he's all over that thing. It's like, no, it is not true. There's no way that's possible. You need to send me your proof. You need to send me a marriage license, a birthday certificate, your driver's license, a half of your bank account, your router number, your 3 digits behind your cards. Just matter of fact, give me your whole life because And then you gotta love the standard of living right now because grown men in their 70s, 80s gotta tell us how it is so easy to be living in this time. They didn't have all these helpful advice, helpful tools, AI. They didn't have anything that they had to work hard for this. And something? They lived in the 1960s, 1950s. I don't know, back when beating women was a thing, okay? And then you gotta realize that all their hard work came from just actually working in a job, which like, yeah, granted, that is something we do lack sometimes, but like, come on, who wants to work nowadays? But you also gotta realize the fact that they grew up in a time where minimum wage could afford you a house, afford you 10 kids. You could just buy them and afford to keep hush money to whatever company you wanted it. A quick break from my past self, I decided to do the math between the cost of living back then and the cost of living right now in the US, and by referencing the housing system. So back then, minimum wage in the 1970s was $1.60. Minimum wage today was $7.25. You wanna know how much of an increase that is? Yep, that's right, a 453% increase. Yep, round of applause, guys. Round of applause. We did it. We did it. Moving on, the cost of a house in 1970 was around $17,000. Pretty good, pretty good. The cost of a house now is $330,000. You wanna know how much of an increase that was? Guess right now. Guess right now. Put your guess in the comments down below. Come on. Do it. And boom. Yep, that's right. 1,941% increase. Yep, I don't understand it either. What's so important back then? I don't know. Who knows? So now let's go and do the math of how much you need or how many years you need to buy a house. Back then, if you work for 8 hours and in 5 days, you would get $64 a week. In a month, you would get $256. If you worked a year, you would get $3,072. That would roughly take around 6 years to accumulate enough money to buy a house. That is around $18,000, $432. That's a lot. That's so many few years. You could live pretty good. Now today, if you work for 8 hours and in 5 days a week, you would get $290 a week. Pretty big boost. In a month, you get $1,160. And then if you worked a year, you would earn $13,920. That's a lot right now. But in a span of trying to buy a house, you would take around 24 years just to accumulate enough money to buy a decent house. Crazy. Because that accumulates to $334,000. And that's just saying that you save every single last penny, every month, every dollar you receive. And that's also that you don't get taxed out of any of it. Yep, that could pretty much take you longer. That could probably take you around 50 years out of minimum wage. So yeah, pretty unfair. Now back to me being cringy and insecure. And back when companies used to respect you for working hard, now if you just work hard, yeah, you don't get awarded with anything. You don't get awarded with more money. You get awarded with a pizza, and more work. I want money, okay? I just want money. Just give me the money. Get the fuck out. That's all. That's all I want, okay? Just get out of my way and give me money. I don't care. I don't care how I get. At this point, I might just go into the streets and drug deal. I'm not. I'm too scared of people to talk to do that. So yeah. And lastly, the fact that everyone has to turn everything into a race war. Like, how the heck am I gonna go walk outside and someone's gonna be like, wow, you walk outside because you're a white privileged male? I'm like, yeah, sure I am. And that's why I'm taking advantage of it. Like, it's too often I go into Twitter, not that much actually. I try to stay away from Twitter, but every once in a while I go to Twitter. There's always someone mad at some random white man because he decided to be breathing. Okay, and they're like, "How dare you breathe? How dare you breathe on February whenever it's about black people?" Okay, February should be when black people should be allowed to breathe. Every other day of the month, you can breathe. But right now, let the black people breathe all the oxygen. That made me nervous. I don't know why. Like, I could just be standing somewhere, a random place, ordering food, and be like, "Can I just get this?" And they'd be like, "Wow, you ordering this because I'm black, huh?" Yeah, I see how it is. It's like, first of all, you're in the South. Fried chicken is all we're known for, brother. Okay, so chillax. And second of all, I'm in a goddamn KFC. What the fuck do you expect me to order, okay? Do you expect me to order some salad or some noodles or some, hamburger? No, motherfucker. You're known for KFC for chicken, okay? It's chicken and spices. Now give me my goddamn chicken and the F off, okay?